Hi, welcome back to Centre Crest de la Luce and Live and Breathe Horses. I was talking to a friend today about a problem she was having with her horse, and she was asking me for some advice. And you know, it's so relative to what's going on that moment. Tom Dorrance was famous for answering questions by saying, well, it depends. And it does really depend. So I think it's just something that's really important to keep in mind. You know, there's so much information out there on internet, and everybody's got their own ideas, their methods, their systems. And what works for one person and one horse might not work at all from somebody else. And you know, I think that's not because somebody's doing it wrong, or it's just that we all have our own way with things. You know, they even say about common sense. We often say, oh, well, it's just common sense. But what might be common sense to me with my life experience and culture might be completely not common sense to somebody from a completely different culture, different generation, different upbringing. So I think it's just to always keep an open mind and be very aware what we're doing with our horses, you know, and when we take advice from anybody, just to understand that, you know, that may or may not fit us on that moment. So just that, like I say, to be aware and always be watching our horse and watching our horse's expression, because at the end of the day, the horse will always let us know what's right and what's not right for him. So it's just to be taking that feedback and be able to pivot, adjust what we do to fit the situation. And when it's not working, you know, try something else. That's one of the definitions of madness, isn't it? To keep doing the same thing in the same way when it's not working. So it's not to get stuck, you know, and just keep that in mind. It depends. It always depends. Even the same horse and the same person on a different moment, it can be a different journey. So we need to always be exploring, expanding our outlook, and really thinking about what we're doing, reflecting afterwards. You know, I think when we're working with our horses in the moment, we need to try and go with our intuition and what feels, because by the time we think about it, you know, we've lost it, the moment's past. And that's one of our big jobs, is keeping up with the horse's reactions, which are so much more in the moment and faster than our own. So yeah, it depends. I find that a very useful thing to keep in mind, so I hope you do too. So thank you for being with us today.